are doing 30 minutes and we need a set of dumbbells and a resistance band, and if we've got time I'm hoping we'll be using our Pilates ball for a little section at the end. So we're probably just going to do each of the routines that we're doing just once, rather than repeating them, to make sure we can get as much done in the 30 minutes as we can. You will need a bar. I think that's it. I'm very tired, sorry. Okay, so once you've got your equipment, just popping it down somewhere near the bar, we're going to come hip distance apart, and then we're just going to start with a roll of the neck. Up one way, and then round and down. Hope everyone's okay. Sorry I had to delay the class. They go back to school and instantly catch all the bugs. So just alternating one side then the other, drawing a circle with the neck, easing in. Go one more each side. And then bringing the head back up to a neutral spine. Taking the hands up onto the shoulders and drawing your big circle. So trying to really squeeze the elbows together, then open the arms out wide. Lovely big circles. And then changing the direction. Last one. And then leave one hand on your shoulder and you're going to bring the other hand in big circles backwards. 4 and 5, and then forwards. 2, 3, 4 and 5. Good. Take that hand up onto the shoulder. Other arm, big circles. 3, 4, 5. Then changing the direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Take that arm back up to 5th. Bring the other one arm up to join it. From there, hinging these hips slightly, and then you're going to sweep the floor, lift up and do your circle at the top. So warming up that spine, getting everything mobilised. Lift and roll. Lift and roll. Lift and roll. One more. And hold. Good. Bring those hands down so they're at shoulder height. Turn your toes out to 45 degrees, and then you're going to lift up and lower. So just keeping the arms at shoulder height, and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. Hold the next one up, drawing in, focusing on your balance, focusing on your core. And then lowering it down. Bring the arms out to shoulder height, and then step a little wider, and then you're going to plie, come into a plie hold. So your pelvis is tucked, shoulders back, and then just take the hands front and back, front and back. Arms should be feeling nice and warm now. The youngest has got up and she's obviously in a bad mood. She's stomping around on the other side of the door giving me death stares. I think it's because I've taken the iPad, which is actually mine. And I think she wanted to go on it. Okay, 3, 2, 1. From there, bring the hands down now so they're at waist height. And just little pulses, not waist height, in front of you in this bottom of the hold. Little pulses down, 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 down. 5, 4, trucking the knees out in line with the toes. And hold. Now take the hands onto the waist. Lift one heel, drop. Other one, drop, lift, 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 and lift. Good, keep going. Try and keep this upper body lovely and still and grounded, holding low in your squat. Plie, plie, not squat. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then straighten the heels, bring the hands back to the bottom, and just do a nice full plie. So the legs coming down, so you're coming down to about parallel, and up, down, and up, down, and 4, and 3, and 2. Hold this next one down, and then you're just going to take one arm overhead. So feel this nice stretch, then the other, really reach into the corner. Do you know what Jeff said to me this morning? He He's on holiday now, so he's around a lot. They're both staring at me through the door. Don't know what I've done. He said to me this morning, I said I was going to teach bar, and he said, "Oh, are you going to the stable?" I said, "No, online." He went, "I didn't know you taught bar online." How is that possible? How long have I been doing this, guys, with you? 3 years nearly? Hold it up and over. Oh, but you haven't got a bar. Really? I haven't noticed. 4. I said, nor does anyone at home. 1. Up, over the other way. I said, that's why I moved the chair. That's why the chair's always over here. 3, 2, and 1. Seriously. Okay, lift to the top. Heel toe it in. So slightly narrower than hip distance. Bring these arms up overhead. Hinge out from those hips. Take a lovely forward fold. When you get to the bottom, hands hang heavy and just nod and shake a few times. Then shake it low. And then slowly rolling yourself up, 1 vertebrae at a time. And at the top, give those shoulders a roll. Okay, so we're going to come straight into our workout. And you're going to hold your dumbbells. And we're going to turn our palms so they're facing out. So I want you to come toes together, and then you're going to turn them out to your natural turnout. So just till you feel this external rotation of these thighs. And then all you're going to do is circle and down. So take the weights up overhead and down, lift and down. So drawing a nice full circle and down, lift and lift. So as I say, we're only going to do each of these once. So get the maximum out of each one that you do. We've got 4 more. 4 and down. Then 3 and 2 and 1. We're going to add on a small plie. So as we lift, you're going to come down and up. So the range of movement is going to be small because your pelvis is tucked, your heels are pressing together, and down you have to really engage your glutes to power you back up. So try not to let those shoulders drop forward. Down and left. Let's do 6 and left. And 5 and left. 4 and 3. Oh, my arms are burning already. 2 and 1. Good. From here, plie down a little, hold. So press your heels together, check you're not forward. Drag these shoulders back, chests out. Lift your palms up to shoulder height. So you have them tiny micro bend in the elbow, and then a little lifting pulse. Pulse, 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 pulse. Should be burning. Keep pulsing. Pulse, pulse, pulse. We're going to add on a little pulse with the legs at the same time. So pulse, 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 pulse. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten up, lower those arms. Stepping out into a wide plie. So at least twice hip distance apart, turning the palms so they're facing forward, slightly locking your elbows in front of the body. You're going to bicep curl, turn to the front with your shoulder press and down. So curl, press, down and lower. Bicep curl, shoulder press, down and lower. Keep going. And down. Lift, turn the weights front, back and down. Lift, weights to front, here and down. Lift, up, in and down. Lift, up, in and down. Keep going. We're going to add on, so when we're lowering our arms into our bicep curl, we're also going to add on a plie. So it's still bum tucked, shoulders back. We're going to do it on the next one. So from here, as you lower, then lift, press and down. Lower, lift, press, down, lower, lift, press, down, lower. Good. So thinking about all the usual points, that the knees are out in line with the toes. Coming nice and low in these plies. Down, lift, press, and down, lift, press, and down, lift, press. 4 more. Down, and press, and low. Take your weights, hold them at this halfway point. Check you're not holding these shoulders up, lower them down. Then you're just going to go out and in. See how my upper body is staying nice and still next to the body. Then it's just out and in with the weights. Out, elbows tucked in, out and out. Keep going. 4, 8 and 7. 6, should be feeling a bit of fire. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Hold at the front. Little pulses with those hands. Just pulsing up. Keep the legs still. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Holding halfway. Feeling that in the biceps. Pulse, pulse. Small moves. Going to add on in a second. We're going to pulse down with our legs. So go, go. Little pulses. Pulse, pulse, pulse. I can't watch myself because it throws me out. Pulse, 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 pulse. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Good. Straighten up. Okay, you're going to pop down your dumbbells and you're going to take hold of your resistance band and you're going to pop it around your ankle. So we're going to do one more freestanding part and then we're going to move on to our bar. So we're going to start tiring our glutes here, but we're still going to work our quads a little too. So pull that band up so it's clear of the ankles. So maybe halfway up the calves. Okay? And then all you're going to do, I want you to really draw in, and we're going to squat rather than plie. So I'll turn side by side, so it's chair squat like we do in yoga, pushing that bum back, but we're just hip distance apart. So you're going to chair squat and lift. Engage these glutes and lift. Down and lift. This feels a little bit like a blast session, but it's not. It's going to be a sculpt. You're going to feel it in your glutes in a second. Down, it's not a bad thing. Getting the heart rate up on a Saturday morning. Whew. I mean, bear in mind I was asleep. There we go. It's weird to be asleep. And then heart rate this high. Keep going. 4. Squeeze the glutes at the bottom. 3, 2. We're going to add on an alternate side raise. So you're going to come down, up, lift the leg, lower it. Squat, up, lift the other side, down. Squat, up, lift, lower. So you're trying to maintain this height as you do the lift. Don't lean over into the other side. We're using the waist and the glute. Down, left, out, back. Down, left, out, back, down, left. Okay, what we're going to do in a minute, we're going to do 4 more of these and then we're just going to do one side only. Down, left, out, in. Obviously, if you're in a lighter band, you're going to be able to get your leg a little higher than I can. Mine's quite tight. Left, out. Okay, so we're only going to do one side. So whichever one you're on, up, down. Squat, left, raise, down. Squat, left. So just working this one side. Squat, left, raise, down. Squat, left, raise, down. Squat. So you can have the toes pointed or the foot flexed. Personal preference here. Left, raise, down. Squat, left, raise, down for 4. Left, raise, down. 3, left, raise, down. Last 2, left, raise, down. Last one, lift and raise and hold. Little pulses. Pulse, 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 pulse. Working the balance. Thinking about these lovely long, tall lines. Just pulsing. Pulse, pulse, pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back straight into that squat. Lift, other side. Down. Squat, left, same side. Down. Squat, left, down. So what we're doing here is just getting the heart rates up, moving through our range of motion in the lower legs, tiring out the glutes a little, getting ready for our glute section at the bar. Down, lift, raise and down. Keep going. Lift just this one side, down, lift, up. So really thinking about the move. Don't kind of stand up and sway as you come up. It's a squat, lift, nice height, lift and lower. It looks like I'm not doing it with control. I promise I am. It's just that the band is so tight. Down, lift, up, lower, down, lift. This is the penultimate one. Down, final one. Lift, up and hold and pulse, 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 drawing in and up, pulse, 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 pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bring that foot down, draw the band up so it's over your knees, bring yourself onto your bar. Okay, you are going to everyone's going to bring their left foot in towards the bar. You're going to rest your forearm on the bar, forearms, unless you've got a really low bar, in which case you can lock out your hands if you're much lower down than I am, but otherwise you're resting. And the first thing you're going to do is check that you're not arching your back and relaxing in a casual pose, but that you're drawing your belly up into that back so you're creating this nice flat position. And then what we're going to do is take this right leg and you're going to bend it and you're going to flex your foot. So see how my foot is flat rather than pointy toes. And then you're just going to draw in your knee towards your chest and then kick back that heel so the leg becomes straight. So bend it in towards the chest, kick it back. In and kick. So you're aiming to get up to parallel with this nice straight leg behind you, depending on the resistance of your band. And back. Draw in and back. So you should start to feel it quite quickly. So you're aiming that heel, you've got an imaginary wall behind you. You're kicking your heel into, draw in, back, in, and back. 2 more, and back. You're going to hold this next one back. Okay, with your foot flexed, you're going to pulse, little pulses, up, up with that heel, up, up. So it looks like my leg's slightly bent. That's because I can't actually straighten my leg with my foot flexed. So you want your leg as straight as you can get it. Slight bend in the supporting leg, just pulsing up with that heel, up, 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 with as much height as you can get, up, 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 up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold there. Now you're going to point the toes, and you're going to do this tiny bend stretch of the knee. So you're leading this move from the glutes, from the muscles around the knees. Bend stretch, bend stretch, bend stretch, bend stretch. Little bend, 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 bend. Keep going. Ooh, so it's like a pulse of the knee, if there were such a thing. Nearly there. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to slowly lower that pointed toe to the floor, then lift it nice and high. Lower to the floor and lift. Lower and lift. So don't rush this move. Please think about these backs. Try not to let the back overarch. Lift and tap. Lift and tap. Lift and tap. Lift, tap. For 4, tap, and 3. Last 2. Last 1. Good. From here, lower that back toe. You're going to lift up onto the releve of your left leg, and then other than that, all the same from the top. So taking your right leg, flexing the foot, bending the knee, drawing in, kicking back behind you. And you should immediately feel an increase in intensity in that stabilizing glute. Out, draw in. Back, so aiming that heel back towards the imaginary wall behind you. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, holding this next one back with that heel. Little pulses up with the heel. Oh, you should really feel that in that outer glute, my goodness. For 16, 15, 14, 13, keep that foot flexed. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it high, point the toe. Bend stretch, little bend stretch, bend stretch, bend stretch. 20, 19, 17, 16, 15. So it's not a big move. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, I've got cramp, 2, 1. You're going to slowly lower the toe to the floor, then lift it up. Ouchie, down and lift. Slow with control. And lift. Now you see what I mean. We tired out those glutes, and now we're really isolating them. Sculpting, toning to the max. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. You've got 6 more. Tap and lift. And 5 and lift. 4 and 3. Last 2, lift. Last 1, and lift. Oh, lower it down, step in, rub a bit of life back into that glute that we've been working. If you need to ease out the back at all, just have a little hang at the bottom, let it all go, slight bend in the knees. Have some water if you need it, and then we're going to turn. We're going to do exactly the same. So those same 4 moves, repeated twice through. My chair socks are falling off. Chair socks, honestly. Okay, forearm. Rest forearms resting on the bar. Bringing your weight onto your right foot this time. Bending this knee. Remember the foot is flexed. Draw in, then kicking back. So the stationary heel is down for this first one with that little micro bend. Back. For 8, taking that heel back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, holding it here with that foot flex, little pulses, up, up. Remember this micro bend in the supporting leg, up, 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 up. Lead with that heel. 14, 13, 12, it's not too bad on the first round. 7, 6, she said, 4, it might be, 3, 2, 1, it's all right for me. Point the toes, small bend stretch, bend stretch, bend stretch, bend stretch. 20, 19, 18, keep drawing in with this tummy. 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We've got our slow lowers. So leading with that toe, tapping the floor, lifting up. See what a slow move is. See if you can get that back leg as high as possible. And lower. And lift. So the slower and higher you come, the more you're going to start really feeling this in the outside of that right glute. Keep going. Down. Lift. So we have 6 more. 6. And down. 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Good. Lower that back knee just for a second as you releve up onto that right heel. So you come a little taller on your bar. Re-engage that tummy. Flexing this foot, bending the knee. Draw in. Kick back behind you. So I really want you might feel it a little bit more in the lower back here. So just really keep that tummy switched on. Don't come as high if it causes pain in the back. Draw in, so it should very quickly hurt this one once you're up on the releve. And back. You've got 4 more. 4 and 3. Nearly there with the glutes. Hold it back, flexed foot, up with the heel, little pulses. After that, it's abs all the way home. 4, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point that toe, little bend, stretch, stretch, bend, stretch, bend, 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 bend. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slow lowers. Tap the toe down. Lift back up. Here's where you really feel it. Oh my goodness. The outside of my right bottom. Lift. That sounds like I've got a right bottom and a left bottom. The outside of my right bottom cheek. And lift. Down. And lift. Ooh, come as high as you can. Really work these glutes. This is the end of the glutes after this. Sort of, actually. I've just remembered there's a tiny bit on the mat. Down. You've got 5 and lower. 4. Not really though. 3. 2. Oh my goodness. And 1. Lower down. Okay, rub a bit of life back into that right glute. So we're going to have our stretch at the end, I'm afraid. Oh, these little socks come off. Okay, slide off your resistance band. Now, For this next bit, you do need a Pilates ball because we haven't got time for abs. So if you don't have a ball, remember just take a small cushion or a small towel and wrap it up. You're going to take it between your knees. Are we doing that? No, we're not. We're taking it behind our back. Forget that. Lower. Yes. Taking the ball behind the lower back. So you have an option here. You can either take your fabric resistance band if it's not too big, and you're going to use your band when we do our various moves, and you're just pressing your hands out against the band. The other option is that you can just hold a dumbbell. Again, arms out straight and just pressing against the band. So I'm going to give you the option there. I'm going to do it with the band. Doesn't make much difference. Still works the abs. So you're going to lower yourself back until you feel your abs engage, and then you're just going to take either band or dumbbell up overhead with nice straight arms. Feet are down. Lift and down. So the thumbs are facing towards the back of the room as you lift your hands up. So that's even if you're holding a dumbbell. Lift and back. Just making sure the hands are facing, palms facing in. Lift, working into these shoulders. And lift. Lift. So you should start to feel that really quite quickly in the abs, the lower abs. 2 more. Lift. Remember, we're only doing everything once. Hold up. Little pulses backwards. Back, 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 back. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Lower the weight or the band till it's in front of you. Bring it down to the side, to the centre, down to the other side. This is one of those moves that looks like nothing, but if you're doing it right and you're engaging that core, it should be making your abs scream a little. And down, and lift, down, lift, down, lift. For 4, and 3, last 2, last 1. Bring it back to that first side, hold and pulse. So twisting into the obliques. Pulse, pulse, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Through the centre, down the other way. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Sit up if you're holding the dumbbell or your band. Pop it down on the floor beside you. Take your balls, lift them up, put them between your thighs. So squeezing nice and tight. Take your hands behind your knees, roll back till you feel these abs engage, and then just squeeze and release that ball. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up so you're just on the tippy toes. Heels are lifted. Then you're going to straighten your right leg, tap the toe down. Straighten your left so the ball's not moving. Lift and tap. Lift and tap. Lift and tap. Lift and tap. For 6, squeezing that ball still. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leave that leg up, take the other leg up to join it. Then you're going to tap both and lift. This is quite a challenge. If you can't do it, just keep doing alternates. If you want to go even more, you can just release the hands, but watch that back. Lift and tap. You're going to hold both legs up in the air and you're going to squeeze, release. Squeeze that ball. Squeeze. So you can let go with the hands. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the feet down, release the ball, come down onto your backs. That is your 30-minute sculpt complete. Hug those knees in towards your chest. So we sort of targeted the whole area in a short space of time. Let me know how those glutes feel after that in particular. It's quite glutey and shouldery. Okay, keep hold of your right knee. Let the left leg come down onto the mat and just draw that knee in towards the body. Really squeeze it in towards the chest, that right knee. And then you're going to hold behind the right knee, straighten the leg up towards the sky, and just flex and point those toes. Good toes, naughty toes. and then leave that foot flexed. Take that foot down over the opposite knee. As always, pushing this top knee down and away, engaging there before you lift the bottom leg, holding around the hamstring or in front of the shin, and lying back down. So here is the glute stretch that I promised. My hands are slipping off my leg. Okay, easing out of that, bring the foot down. Place the right leg onto the ground, keeping that knee bent. Lift the left knee, hug that left knee in towards your chest. So it's kind of coming up to the underarm, really squeezing. And hopefully releasing any tension that you might have in the hips. Then taking that hands behind the hamstring on the left, and then flexing and pointing. What fly is crawling on me? Flexing and pointing those toes. Hey, at least it's not a spider this morning, she says. A quick glance around. I think we're okay. Ooh. Flex and point. Okay, leave that foot flexed. Take this foot down over that opposite knee. Push the top knee away, engage that leg, and then lift the leg up from the floor, holding behind the hamstring or in front of the shin, drawing it in. Brilliant, and then releasing that right foot down. You're just going to take your hands behind your knees, come into your gentle rocks, getting rid of any clicks in the back, making your way up to your seated position. When you get there, taking your legs out long, keeping a slight bend if you need. Inhaling, taking those arms overhead. Lift out from the hips and then lower your chest to your thighs. Folding forward. Then slide your hands back in. Crossing your legs, bringing yourself onto all fours. Dropping your tummy, looking up towards the sky, chest forward. And then pressing away from the mat, arching the back. Feeling this lovely mobility in the spine. And then coming to a neutral spine, tucking your toes, taking your bottom up and back into your down dog, and then bringing your hands and feet together so you come into a forward fold, ending as we started, letting that head go, and then slowly rolling up, one vertebrae at a time. And then when you get up to the top, opening your arms wide, looking up towards the sky, squeezing those shoulder blades back in together. And then interlace the hands in front, push them away, arch the back. Take the hands up to the sky. Take a big inhale. Reach tall, and then exhale, release your hands. And give yourselves a clap. That's it. All done. Sculpt for today. Saturday Sculpt, September Sculpt. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how you got on.